Motoring Northwest, this time from Three Sisters Circuit near Wigan. Today we're with Jerry Dane, Secretary of the Vintage Motorcycle Club at the British Historic Racing Series, the second round. Jerry, just quickly explain the concept behind the club's British Historic Racing Series.
Basically, it's to run race meetings for what was on the circuit in the period from the early 30s through to 1986.
Right.
And we run classes to suit every division in the period coming up. At the moment, behind us, so people can hear this, we've got what is our Nealer sidecar class going round, and that's for pre-1972 sidecars, twin engined, up to 750cc with 2 valves per cylinder. That is a specification for the series. But our earlier series for solos is pre-1948, and it's basically to pick up the bikes from that period for people who still want to race them.
Right.
There's not many of them, but we still fit them in and let them run with another class so as they're still on the circuit.
The great thing is, of course, it brings back the old days of racing bikes when they were bikes, when the guys who rode them invariably worked on them without a great big team following behind or just fitting new circuit boards and new electronic components. It's how it used to be.
That is very much so. Our next classes, solo-wise, are pre-1962, which means they can be built up to December 1962. And this was for the racing bikes of that period. What was ever on circuit in that period can race with us. They all have to be British, European or American.
Yeah.
It doesn't facilitate the Oriental bikes. I'll put it that way instead of just saying Japanese, because some of them, they're being made in various Oriental countries now.
Yeah.
And in that period we run 250 class, 350, 500 and unlimited, and we run similar classes for post 63 up to 1972, the same 4 classes. Our new series, which I believe is in its 3rd year now, is the Bears series. And this is based on Britain's Bears series, which was created in Australia and New Zealand and ran in England. It's so that the people with the Bears bikes, which is not good enough for the modern bikes, can come and have their own races bike with BHR. And the bikes are based on what they could buy over the counter at the time, tune and race. No pure racing bikes in that series.
So very much as like the modern superbikes.
It's more like the modern superbikes, based on bikes that can be bought over the counter by the public.
There's also, I noticed that Japanese bikes will be coming in and having their own series soon.
This is next year. There's a planned series for air-cooled, up to 500cc Japanese racing motorcycles. And that is the basis of the series. They've got to be air-cooled, Japanese, and whatever was about at the time.
This weekend here at Three Sisters, there's quite a packed race card, but somebody was saying that, such as like at Cadwell and others, there's even more racing to be had during the course of a weekend.
When we're at Cadwell at the year end, the race card is virtually maximum grids, and this is a 40-odd grid all weekend.
Yeah.
Maximum sidecar grids. We even have 1 or 2 reserves.
Right.
It's a packed meeting with over 200 entries, whereas this is 80-something entries.
Yeah.
But if you get 200 entries here, you're in trouble because you haven't got room to fit them.
I would say the great thing about Three Sisters is it's very intimate. The spectators, the bikes, the paddock are all nice and close together. The whiff of Castrol Ore is quite strong, stood on any corner.
That's correct. That's very much correct. We haven't mentioned the rest of the sidecar series, have we?
No.
And the sidecar series starts with the pre-62 bikes, which are like the old ones that they used to race, with a sidecar bolted on the side. The bike has got to be capable of being taken away from the sidecar and rode solo.
Right.
That's the basis of the early class. The next class is the kneeler class, which is out on circuit as we speak,
Yep.
which is the old kneelers with the twin engines. And then the third class is the B3 cycle car class, which is for the Morgans, the Berkeley that you've seen out here,
Yep.
the one Morgan on its roof, but there's usually more Morgans than that. The Mogvin, which is a very well-known machine.
Yep.
I don't know whether you've ever seen the Mogvin.
I must confess, no, I conclude from the name it's Morgan Vincent, is it?
Yes, it was built in '55 by a chap in Sheffield called Ward. That's why it's the Ward Mogvin. It's a very competitive machine. I spent 6 years in it myself, so I know. And it is a good machine. And brand new this year, we've got a Bears series for the motorbikes. And it's very, very similar to our early series, where the sidecar is bolt-on, and the bike must be able to be used as a solo bike if you take the sidecar off.
Right.
And the two that's out this weekend, one is they're both BMW K series bikes, and we've mentioned before that we're doing the air-cooled Japanese one. At all our meetings we also give track time to BSSO, the British Scooter Racing Organisation, which you've witnessed already this weekend, give some exciting racing.
Yes, very much so.
And they appear at all our meetings.
Yeah.
Now, they have done for the past 6 years.
Right. Now, as I conclude, in many ways, is like the cheaper way in to vintage bike racing in its own way.
There's one or two scooter lads now riding vintage bikes.
Yeah.
But there have been one or two vintage bike riders who've had to go at scooters. So it all keeps it together. It's all about putting a pack programme out.
Yeah. Anyway, Jerry, thanks very much indeed. And from myself, Mike Stone, Jerry Kane, it's back to the action. So for Motoring Northwest here at Three Sisters, until next time, keep it upright and keep it on the black stuff. Goodbye.